bringing you classic gaming.
What's the deal? I go by the name of Biz Biller. You can call me Biz for short. And I'd like to introduce y'all to BYC Gaming, bringing you classics gaming. We usually specialize in hip hop, battle rap, and things of that nature. You might have seen the BYC logos elsewhere. But now we stepping into the gaming industry, bringing you live streams, bringing you commentaries, let's plays, all of the above, man. Trying to bring you classics, filling thus the name, bringing you classic gaming, BYC Gaming. We got some series coming up. We're gonna have some special guests. We're gonna have all kind of things coming all throughout the year. But while we quarantining right now, I've been playing a lot of games, man. A lot of this Madden right here, as you can see. This is my coach. He represents the Detroit Lions in Madden 20. He goes by the name of Tim Thomas, as you can see in the upper right hand corner. Man, I have had a lot of regular season success with this Lions team, man. As you can see, one of our biggest acquisitions in one of the all-season, Saquon Barkley. He's been playing with us for quite some time now, putting up crazy numbers, doing what he does, man. But to be honest with you, man, we have always come up short in the playoffs, man. Whether it be a surprise, division round exit, or whether it be a tough loss in the Super Bowl that we just had against Mitch Trubisky and them boys, man. It definitely is heartbreaking when you make plays like this. What a catch by Tariq Black, man. I'm telling you, I'm just showing a couple quick highlights of what we've done in the past, man. This Lions team is beastie, man. I drafted this kid right here, number 87, Tariq Black, out of Michigan, man. Repping for the home team. He's been putting on. He's definitely one of our best receivers. I forgot what superstar X Factor he unlocked. Hopefully we'll get to see that throughout the game coming up here. But Tariq Black is definitely a beast, man. One of my favorite receivers. We still got Kenny Galladay. We had Marvin Jones for quite some time. I ended up trading him to the Falcons as he got older throughout the season. As you can see, one of our rivals right here, the Chicago Bears, not happy with the result of that play. And speaking of trades, man, we sent our previous quarterback, Matt Stafford, to the Pittsburgh Steelers because our current quarterback has been cooking, man. Justin Herbert, we drafted him at the end of the 2020 season, man. And look, I'm telling you, this kid Herbert is the real deal, man. It's just we can't get over that hump. But if I'm going to do it, it's going to be with this kid. As you can see right here on this play, we're down 3 points with 1 second left on the clock to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They played a tough game on us all game long. As you can see, I'm sending everybody to go. Somebody got to make this play. Herbert throws it up. Look at Hockenson. Makes a beautiful, wise decision to knock that pass away from the Pittsburgh defenders. And not only that, but right into the hands of Saquon Barkley for an easy 6 points. Man, what a play. It's probably one of the craziest plays I've had against a computer in franchise mode in all my years of playing Madden. Look at Herbert getting out the pocket, getting hit, getting that ball, putting it in place so somebody can make something happen. That easily could have been an interception, as you see those two Steelers defenders right in the area. But TJ Hockenson, who's easily formed into one of the best tight ends in football in this franchise, taps it to Saquon Barkley, who runs it all the way back to the house for the touchdown. We will win that game on that 1 second. 1 second left on the clock, man. It's just amazing stuff. Here's another clip we got where I played against the Los Angeles Rams. This is another game where I'm going to be honest. Now, as great as my offense is, as you'll see in this series, the defense definitely struggles a bit at different times. So I'm hoping we can correct that in the future. But let's talk about this one right here. I think we're at the 3-yard line. Great kick by the Rams, setting us up in a very, very, very tough spot. 23 seconds on the clock. We're on our own 3-yard line. So not only do we have that many yards to go down the field to get a touchdown, even make this interesting, we have no timeouts. So as you can see, TJ Hockenson gets tackled. He's getting near midfield. We rush back out to the line. We got 2 seconds, 1 second. What are we going to do? Galladay's got some space. Look at that throw over the defenders. Boom. Right into the breadbasket for a touchdown. And we win that game on the last play of the game once again. That was an amazing play by Kenny Galladay. Now let's take a look at some of the statistics here that we've got for the players of the week. As you can see, Saquon Barkley took those honors home. He's done that a lot over the years. I think we're in 2025, if I'm not mistaken. So I've had a couple years of experience with this team. I'm just trying to make it over the hump. As you see the standings right there, we're tied with the Bears. That's what we're going to be playing in this episode. We're fighting for number 1 spot in the NFC North. And here, let's take a look at the coaches. You see Tim Thomas, my guy. 582 legacy score. We still on our way up. We still got guys like Fangio ahead of us who won the Super Bowl. Yes, he did. Sean McVay, if I'm not mistaken. No, wait, let me get this right. Sean McVay won the Super Bowl, excuse me. And then we got Doug Peterson, obviously, that already happened in real life with the Eagles. We got Anthony Lynn. He took home a Super Bowl. I mean, look, this one surprised me every time I see it. Cliff Kingsbury, ever since they acquired Ezekiel Elliott, they went ahead and took that title home. And they've been looking very solid ever since. The Cardinals are definitely one of the tougher teams in this franchise that I've been playing. So let's go ahead and move on to the next, man. We got a lot of things we got to accomplish with this team. A lot of things we already have accomplished, but we want to keep it going for sure. You see, her 5-year pro out of Oregon, man. He's been slowing down on the interception numbers. That was his problem when I first started the season after I drafted him. He was high in the picks, but he's kind of calmed down, man. Jacoby Brissett, look at that for the Saints, having a really, really good season out there in New Orleans. Excuse me. You see guys like Patrick Mahomes, Andrew Luck still in the league putting it on. Now I actually started this season when Andrew Luck was still in the league. He hadn't retired yet at the time that I had started this franchise a couple months ago. But Herbert, solid. Saquon Barkley. We got Pro Bowlers darn near at every position on offense. Quarterback Justin Herbert, Pro Bowler, perennial Pro Bowler every year. Saquon Barkley, Pro Bowler every year. Same thing with the receivers, Tariq Black, Kenny Galladay. As you see them both in the tops in receiving yards. Those guys average a lot of yards per game. They do their thing, no question about it. Just got to work on their receptions, get their receptions up, because I'm mostly a running team. I prefer to run the ball and throw it downfield, when the time calls for it. But like I said, a lot of Pro Bowlers on offense. Our offensive line has been a little topsy-turvy. We've been moving pieces because we give up a lot of sacks, but the defense has had a couple guys that have stayed there, like Darius Slay, Trey Flowers. Trey Flowers is now gone, but Darius Slay has been there the whole time, been playing this season, as well as Tracy Walker, who's another perennial Pro Bowler every year. We had a lot of guys we let go on defense because they wanted better contracts, or quite frankly, they was just getting old. We signed a lot of division rivals like Harrison Smith from the Vikings. We signed Blake Martinez from the Packers, so it's definitely interesting how things play out when you get a little deeper into these seasons. But as you can see, some things just don't change, man. Lamar Jackson, number 1 in the MVP vote, and Mitchell Trubisky, man, that is the quarterback who beat me in my only Super Bowl appearance with this Lions team, which is very, very hard to believe. But as you can see, my guy Tim Thomas is in the running for Coach of the Year. Hopefully he can pull that off. Let's go back. Trevor Lawrence, Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's easily probably going to take that, as he's having some insane numbers out there in Chicago as we split our season series. JL Dub, Jaden Lars would be top 5 for Defensive Player of the Year as far as rookies are concerned. You see Saquon Barkley's there for best running back. So it's going to be interesting to see. It seems like the years where my team has had great individuals, when my players have had great individual success, it seems like those are the years that we don't do anything in the playoffs because we're focused on numbers. But this has been kind of a team season, if I should say so myself. We're 8-2. We've been playing some good team football on both sides of the ball. I can't deny our defense can still use some work, but they're stepping up when we need them to step up. As we look here at the standings in the NFL, NFC is pretty stacked, man. The Bears 8-2, we are 8-2 as well. It's a big game with a lot of playoff implications on the line here that we're going to show you here on BYC Gaming in just a moment. But the Cardinals 7-3, 49ers 6-4. It's going to be very, very interesting down the line at the end of this season. I can't wait to see what happens. Now let's take a look at this roster real quick before we get this game started, and we're going to get everything rocking. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with as far as our lineup is concerned. Got Shea Patterson, another Michigan product. Saquon Barkley, J.K. Dobbins from Ohio State, who was a very, very solid backup, man. He's been holding it down. As you see, Saquon has cracked that 99 rating. We used to have guys like Kenyon, what's his name? Kerryon Johnson, excuse me, I went blank for a second, but we had Theo Riddick, C.J. Anderson, but we settled into Saquon Barkley being our starter. We got Nick Bowden, who's definitely the best fullback in the league besides homie in San Francisco. Nick Bowden is a Pro Bowler every year. Told you before about Galladay and Black. As you see, Galladay has that first one free superstar X Factor badge, man. That definitely comes in handy when he's blowing past defenders down the field. We got Ross at third, my man John Ross, 8-year veteran, man. He gets a lot of big plays down the field as well. Ray Feeney, another guy we got down there at the bottom of the depth chart. TJ Hawkinson, I told y'all before, man, he's been cooking. Fresh out of Iowa, 92 rating. He's been holding it down. Mekhi Becton, I'm a Jets fan in real life, man. This guy's the #1 pick for the Jets this year. I'm thinking about keeping him. I actually declined his offer to come back to the team because he was asking for too much, but I might go ahead and franchise tag him to keep that line solidified. So you see Shaq Mason. We also got Gil Benedict, who's one of my best draft picks since I've been playing since I've been playing this franchise mode. He's definitely been one of my picks. Salute my defensive line, man, because these guys might not be highly rated, but these guys fight hard. Ashawn Robinson, Dante Stills, Lorenzo Carter, who started as a run linebacker for me. We got Jacoby McClain, Blake Martinez, man. Very, very, middle of the road guys, blue collar guys. They're just like the city of Detroit, man. They work hard, they grind hard, and they stepped it up for us. You see Paulson, I never knew how to pronounce his last name. Adebo, I don't know, but he's been very strong for us, man. And you're gonna see him have a good performance for weeks to come in the future. Tracy Walker, one of our captains, that Zone Hawk badge looking official. This team is very, very solid, man. JC Jaden Lars would be once again our draft pick from Florida State. Very solid team, man. Don't let the ratings fool you with some of the players on defense. Those guys play hard. Those guys fight every down, man. I really love what we've done with that side of the ball. We still got to improve it, though, because we want to win the Super Bowl, and that's something we haven't been able to do. Trying to bring home a title for my guy, Tim Thomas, you heard? So let's go ahead and look at some of these draft picks that we got coming in. Now, this is, I think this is one of the last, this is definitely one of those draft classes you got to pay attention to, as we definitely need some corners. We got to improve that position. So I'm looking at some of the slots, trying to fill some needs as well as fill some scheme fits as well. So I'm just gonna look through these real quick before we get this game popping, man. Shout out to everybody out there checking us out. If you're new, subscribe, hit that like button,
on EA
comment, and what you thought about
Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the monsters of the Midway, the Chicago Bears, and the Detroit Lions.
Let's go ahead and jump right into it.
I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. Standing by to call the action here on Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
This game
downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
NFC, very interesting that I'm a wild card team even at 8-2. That should show you how good my division is. And there's their starter, the young buck. They call him Sunshine, right? Trevor Lawrence is the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears team, which is very interesting because if you take a look at their depth chart, you'll be very intrigued to find out that the year before, they also drafted another college standout, and that'll be this guy, Joe Burrow. So the computer being very interesting as two players who played each other in the national championship are now teammates on the Chicago Bears. You see Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence. A big difference in rating.
You gotta find a way.
Very intriguing nonetheless. Let's go ahead and start this game off. Justin Herbert starting off early, 3rd down and 6. Throws to the security blanket for his first completion of the game for 8 yards. Making it look easy as you see Justin Herbert. He's getting pressured. He gets sacked here on 2nd down later in the drive, man. That's one thing is almost guaranteed it's going to happen against the Bears. You're going to get sacked at least once or twice. As you see, here we go to the play action. I thought I had to get rid of it. I was pressured. Thought I had some space to throw. And as you can see, it leads to a big pick. Bad decision on my part. Got to play smarter in a situation like that. But let's see what the defense can do on their first attempt on the field. As you see McClain with the blitz. Boom! Look at that hit. Big shot there over the middle as he tried to complete that pass. 3rd down now. Trevor Lawrence looking to make something shake. He flings it up there and is going the other way. As you can see, Tracy Walker, that zone hawk, man. I'm telling you, that boy is not to be played with out there. He is not a game. Let's go. You see the play action again. Herbert chucks it up. Who does he have? Nobody else but Tariq Black. Man, I'm telling you, y'all gonna see a lot of this guy right here. 87% Black. 35-yard reception. Moving the chains down the field, man. You see, that one thing I can say about Herbert, he's very good at finding the pressure and getting that ball out before the pressure just gets there. And you see, he hands it off to Saquon Barkley and he molds his way into the end zone, man. Molds his way. Excuse me. As there you see the Lions, we take the early 7-0 lead. Trevor Lawrence back out there trying to make something shake. He throws it over the middle. That's a nice pass, but oh my goodness, that man. Not only did he almost break that for even more yards after the catch, but he also racks up a face mask. Bad play there by number 23, Darius Slay, the veteran with a face mask, but it happens. Trevor Lawrence back out there, 3 minutes left in the first quarter. He's looking to make something shake. Throws it over into the end zone. I thought I had a hit on the guy. I thought he would drop it, but nonetheless, it looks like a tight end, number 81. He makes a great catch, and he ties the game up early on. Justin Herbert back under center on the next drive. 1st down, hands it off to Barkley, who the commentators were just saying it was almost at the 1,000-yard run yard mark. And he got it there on that play. As you can see, the graphic tells you 1,000 yards on the season for Saquon Barkley. He's had an incredible year up to this point. I hope he can stay healthy. That's one of the toughest things when you play franchise mode and you have somebody like Saquon Barkley that can take a high volume of carries. You got to worry about those injuries. Nonetheless, you get that guy to jump off sides, and J.K. Dobbins runs it in for the touchdown. Go ahead and decline that penalty. I need those points. Give me that. As we take the lead over the Chicago Bears, 14-7. Lawrence back under center. You see a great stop. Tariq Cohen can't get anything going. Good stop by the defense. The front four is right there. Now the ball switches over to the other side after the punt. 3rd and 19. I was trying to play conservative right here and just run out some clock, but they were playing poor defense, and a great run by J.K. Dobbins once again. So you see he's running loose early on in this game. The ground game is definitely controlling the clock as it's 14-7 midway through the second quarter. Once again, let's take a look at J.K. Dobbins finding the open space and making something shake right there. Nice 1st down run, 20 yards on the carry. As there you see, shakes Jackson. Jackson had a great game. He had 2 picks in this game. This drive didn't amount to anything. As you can see, Josh Lambo takes the chance to get knocked down a field goal, and he does that. 17-7 is the score. 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Trevor Lawrence with a nice pass. He squeezes it into a tight spot for the 1st down. He's having a pretty good game despite being down 2 scores. As AC has time in the pocket to find another open man on the sideline who gets out of bounds quickly with 1 minute and 1 minute and 11 seconds left on the clock. 1 minute left here at this point in the game on the 14-yard line. And Lawrence is cooking at this point, and he continues to do that as he finds an open man. Number 15 is wide open for the touchdown. Here we go again. The defense, they make big plays when the time calls for it, but Right now they're having a hard time with Trevor Lawrence. Is there you see on the halftime stats, you see they're racking it up on us. They're getting a lot of passing yards. But we are shutting down the run game. We can't say that. It's one thing to look forward to. Let's see what Jonathan Coachman has to say about the rest of the highlights around the league.
Legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And it's the Browns that have the lead in the second quarter. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Saints in that one. Alvin Kamara, nearly 200 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns as well. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gotton and Charles Davis.
Thank you,
All right, let's get back to the action. Like I said, Trevor Lawrence with a solid first half. Herbert with a solid first half. Although Herbert did throw some interceptions at the end of that first half trying to get the team down the field to get a score. So that was not shown for obvious reasons. As here we start this off, Tariq Cohen, man, already out the gate with a nice little screen. And they're moving the ball. They're adding pressure. They're putting pressure on us. Come on, defense, let's wake up. Trevor Lawrence takes a snap. Play action. He shakes off the would-be tackler, but he forces a pass to my man Paulson. And look at this. He's shucking and jiving all the way to the end zone, man. Dancing on y'all fools. What a beautiful play by Paulson. Adebo. How do you say this guy's name? Somebody leave it in the comments. I think this is an actual college prospect. I don't know how to say his last name. Somebody put me on in the comments. Nonetheless, it was a nice play. I'm just going to call him Paulson. Paulson made a nice play. Number 21 there, you see running it all the way back to the house for the pick 6. And pretty much at this point, I'm feeling like we in control, man. Even though Trevor Lawrence has been having a good game, it seems like the defense is making some pretty good stops at certain points in the game. Can we do it again? Back on defense. Trevor Lawrence forcing another pass, man. He is forcing it in there. We are taking full advantage of it. Tremont Smith, he's celebrating all the way to the house. Boojow, that's number 6. And you already notified. You're killing him, man. This is easy work out here. As you can see, 30 to 14. Just when I was giving Trevor Lawrence so much credit for fighting against his defense, man, he starts throwing pick 6s left and right. And we're celebrating all the way to the house. As you can see, the Lions did not come to play. Get a little view from the pylon cam. I'm telling you, man, it's been one of my most fun franchises, man, because it's not the best team I've ever put together. I've had teams where I've definitely had better all-season signings, but this team, it's a grind, and that's what I appreciate about it. That's why I picked Detroit, because it's a grind city, and the team has definitely been a grind as far as getting back to the Super Bowl. Getting back to the game, though, we're in the fourth quarter. We almost had a touchdown catch right there. Good defense, though, by Blake Martinez as he comes up with a hit. 2nd and goal right here. Trevor Lawrence not going out without a fight. As here you see, he's got a man crossing over the middle. Oh, that could have been a great play by the defender, but he wasn't aware where the ball was at. And former Ram Josh Reynolds with the touchdown. Now we got 31-21 games. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, so we got to go ahead and wrap this up. I'll go ahead and hand it off to Saquon Barkley. You know what he does. As you see the one-cut juke move. Creates enough space for the first down. You see, he's killing it only with 133 on the ground. And 14 rushes is absolutely decent out there. That drive led to a field goal. Josh Lambo makes it happen. And once again, you can see Trevor Lawrence drives right down the field. He's going to be a problem for us in the future. He's doing all this in his rookie season. And Dante Stills is another rookie making a big play. And that's going to be the game right there. As you can see, Nagy is not happy. As we come up, Nagy is Aggie. You can see the Detroit Lions come away with the win, man. I mean, it was fairly easy as we made some big plays, getting about 3 takeaways in this game. But We almost made it hard on ourselves for the way we were playing on offense, forcing passes and things of that nature, but that ground game carried us, and once we started forcing the ball through the air, it was a very easy decision to make the adjustment to just run that ball on the ground, control the clock, because as you can see, Chicago Bears are having a very tough time containing the ground game, and they have one of the best pass rushers in this 2025 season with Khalil Mack and some of the other people on their front line, so I had to make a wise decision. You see Justin Herbert only with 118 passing yards for the game. Very poor performance through the air, no touchdowns, as he's outperformed by Trevor Lawrence. But nonetheless, I will take that when I have 194 rushing yards on the ground in comparison to the Chicago Bears 25. So it is what it is. We had the same amount of first downs considering the fact that I didn't go to the air that much. You got to respect it. The special teams was pretty solid as well. Josh Lambo knocking down plenty of field goals in this game. And that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to leave you here with some of the stats so you can check out what went down in this game for what you couldn't see. And this has been Bringing You Classics Gaming. This is only our first episode. This is the first time trying. I got a lot of work to do. I got to get better at this. Salute to everybody that's come before me doing this shit, man. We're going to try to set the bar high what we do. I go by the name of Biz Billa. This is BYC Gaming. We out of here.